We have 5 steps, and actually there are already hints as to how our answers will look like if less than lang siya, less than or equal, greater, greater than or equal. Let's start this afternoon with this example. By the way, I only have 3 examples. Again, I only have 3 examples. Let's start with this example here. X squared minus 6x is, let's say, less than 0. Before we answer this one, may I ask, do we expect union on our answers later? Is there specifically a solution set or na wala? About our interval notation, do we expect brackets or parentheses lang? Those are the hints already shared to you last time. You might want to use them. But specifically, let's try to answer this. Our first step last time is we are going to give an equivalent quadratic equation, just like this one here. Yeah. But as mentioned earlier, when we go to step B, we cannot use this method. Transfer to the other side, then square root, square root. We cannot use that. It's because we already have here B coefficient. Being having having a B coefficient here do not allow us to use will not I mean it's no longer easy for us to use or recommended to use the extracting square roots. Here we're going to proceed rather to the second step of or second method of solving the roots, which is on factoring. But which specific factoring? We can use the common monomial factoring kaya wala may C coefficient. If ever naa say C coefficient, we are going to use the AC method. So for this, we're going to factor x, meaning we're going to remove x here or x here as well. Now, these are our roots x and x minus 6. Now, after this, or not roots, rather, factors. After this, we are going to use the zero factor property to solve for the values of the roots. So if we're going to break this into 2 parts, x is equal to 0, and the other one is x. What's the value for the next x? X equals 6. Transpose to the other side, x equals 6. So these are our roots now, to which we are going to plot on the real number line to determine our regions. Okay, to determine our regions. So our first region, our 2 regions will come from this real number line. And you are going to divide this. This is your region A. This is your region B. This is your region C. By the way, I'm going to give you a copy of this material later. So this is the third step. Okay. Take note that 0 is now a value of the root that we have used for the equivalent quadratic equation. In short, we cannot use 0 as part of the test value later. So let us go to step D. Our first region, A, you also have B, you also have C. So test values here, we cannot use the 0 as any of the test value. Okay, so we will choose other values. Then we are going to use whatever results here for our final answer. Okay, so what should be our first test value? Okay, you could use -1. That's correct.
Zero.
How about for the second region? We can no longer use 0 because 0 was made to divide the regions. So you use here 1. And then we have the last, which is 7 na to.
7, sir.
Now, I also told you last time, mo na gini siya. Plus, minus, plus. Automatic na gina siya. Plus, minus, plus gina siya. That becomes the trend. Sorry. Okay, that becomes the trend. The plus minus the plus minus plus becomes the trend. But if you would like to, you can always check it here as well. We have to check. So if we're going to substitute -1 here, -1 squared is 1. Kung ato i-substitute sa -1 diri, don't forget na dapat minus diha. So minus times minus, the result will be +6. So this is really the point that is really plus. Now, as to determination of the plus minus plus sign, which will help you decide later on, very important yun ang correct substitution. Sorry, that should be the idea that you always need to understand the substitution of correct values. Okay? So kung 1 po siya, 1, then 6 times 1, it is minus 6 gid siya. So negative siya. 49. Minus 7 times 6, 42. So is it really plus? Again, I already gave you this hint last time. Mo gina siya. So let's go to proper identification now of the result. What would be the decision here, true or false? So F, T, F. That would mean that our answer covers region B alone. So what is our solution set? It should be a set of X such that to less than pod, and then our roots, which are 0 and then 6. Okay. How about double I? Okay. 6. Yan. 0 and then 6. That should be our correct answer. Now, so what if class? X squared minus 6x is greater than 0. FTF, may naman siya og TFT, di ba? Instead of FTF. So what would be our solution set here? And our answer. So what would be our solution set now? It would look like, sige, X such that 0. Ano siya? Yun yun. Ano siya? Right. To infinity, 0.